Thinking about moving to Raleigh, North Carolina? You're definitely not alone. Thousands of people relocate to the Triangle region every year, and for good reason. Great job growth, a strong housing market, and an incredible quality of life. But before you buy a home here, there are a few things that surprise almost everyone moving to our area. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 things everyone should know before buying a home in Raleigh. This includes pricing, traffic, neighborhoods, and what a lot of out-of-state buyers often get wrong. One of the first things you should understand about Raleigh is how quickly the area is growing. The Raleigh-Durham area, also called the Triangle, has been one of the fastest growing regions in the country over the past several years. A big reason for that is the economy. The area is home to Research Triangle Park, which is a hub for tech, biotech, and pharmaceutical companies. And with universities like NC State, Duke, and Chapel Hill, there's constant talent pumping into our region. What this means for buyers is that housing demand has stayed very strong compared to other markets. One mistake a lot of relocation buyers make is assuming that Raleigh is just a single city. In reality, when people say Raleigh, they typically mean the entire Triangle region: Cary, Apex, Holly Springs, Wake Forest, Fuquay-Varina, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Each of these places has a different feel, price point, and commute. For example, Cary and Apex tend to be very popular with families and professionals, while Wake Forest, even though it's a little less expensive, has a lot of growth with new communities. So when you're moving here, it's often not the house that is the biggest decision. It's which area of the Triangle fits your lifestyle the best. Another big question I get from a lot of relocation buyers is, what do homes actually cost around Raleigh? Prices obviously vary depending on location and neighborhood, but generally this is what you'll see. Around a $400,000 to $500,000 budget will typically get you a small single-family or townhome around our region. $500,000 to $700,000 tends to be the average price for a move-up home. And when you get north of $800,000, that's when you start to see larger homes, newer construction, and some of the most desirable neighborhoods. One of the reasons Raleigh attracts so many out-of-state buyers is compared to places like California, New York, or even Florida, prices are so much better on average. But the key is understanding which areas fit your budget before you start your home search. Here's something a lot of people underestimate when moving to our area: traffic. The Triangle is very spread out, and even though traffic is not near as bad as some major metropolitan areas in our country, commute times can still vary a lot depending on where you choose to live. For example, if you live in Holly Springs and you commute to Durham for work, that could be a 45-minute drive in peak rush hour times. But it's also good to know where there are new highway systems being built, like the 540 Beltline, which would make that same commute for a small toll only 30 minutes a day. This is why I often encourage relocation buyers to start by identifying where they'll be working or commuting regularly, and then identify what neighborhoods make sense. One thing many people moving here notice right away is that there's a ton of new construction all around our area. Many of the suburbs around Raleigh have seen huge development over the last few decades. Communities in areas like Apex, Fuquay-Varina, and Wake Forest often have tons of new construction options to select from. And many of these are incredible planned communities with amenities built in and shopping really close. For some buyers, new construction is really appealing because you get modern construction with lower maintenance. But resale homes can offer larger lots, mature neighborhoods, better pricing, and more established areas. Another reason many people move to Raleigh that I've already alluded to is the overall cost of living. North Carolina generally has lower property tax costs, which can help make the monthly cost of living here much more manageable. Utilities, insurance, and general living expenses tend to be reasonable compared to many other metropolitan areas. That said, home prices have increased over the past several years because of demand and growth. The biggest mistake I tend to see people make when moving to Raleigh is that they make their choice before they understand the areas. Some areas are more suburban, more walkable, closer to downtown, or they focus on those master plan communities. Some areas have more highly rated schools, are closer to shopping destinations, or they're close to the airport or major highways for commute purposes. Taking the time to explore the region, even if it's just virtually, will help make a huge difference in understanding the right fit for your needs. If you're thinking about moving to the Raleigh area and you're trying to figure out where to start, I'd be happy to help. I work with a lot of relocation buyers that are trying to make sense of the different parts of the Triangle area and how that would best fit their lifestyle. So if you have questions about the Raleigh market or are planning to make a move, please reach out. And if this video was helpful to you, please subscribe. I'll be making a lot more videos about Raleigh neighborhoods, home prices, and strategies to be successful as a buyer in our market. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.